Good afternoon, classmates. My name is Mary Rose Balili, and my topic is all about the value of survival. So first, we have to determine what are the objectives for this report. So first, the objective is learn the definition of survival. Second, realize the factors that affect survival. Third is learn the values for survival. And last one is learn the basic survival skills. So here's the outline. So first is the definition. Next is the factors that affect survival. Third is the values for survivals. And the last one is the basic survival skills. So here is the definition. So survival is the art of surviving beyond any event. So it is taking any given circumstance, accepting it, and trying to improve it while sustaining your life until you can get out of the situation. Last and the most important one is a state of mind. So there are factors that affect survival. So first is the survival. Survival depends a great deal on a person's ability to withstand stress in emergency situations. Your brain is without doubt your best survival tool. So it is your most valuable asset in survival situation. It isn't always the physical strong who are the most effective or better at handling fear in emergency situations. Survival more often depends on the individual's reaction to stress than upon the danger, terrain, or nature of the emergency. To adapt is to live. Mental skills are much more important than physical skills in survival situations. A person's psychological reaction to the stress of survival can often make them unable to utilize their available resources. You most likely won't use your physical skills if you don't have a positive mental attitude. So next is that one definitely must be in the proper frame of mind to survive an unplanned survival situation. Attitude or psychological state is most certainly number one. So it is undoubtedly the most important ingredient skill of survival. With a proper attitude, almost anything is possible. To make it through the worst, a strong will or determination to live is needed. A powerful desire to continue living is a must. The mind has a power to will the body to extraordinary feats. Records have shown that will alone has often been the major factor for surviving wilderness emergencies. Without the will to live, survival is impossible. So without the will to live, survival is impossible. Survival is the possible in most situations, but it demands a lot of a person. Humans can be very brave and resourceful when in emergency situations. The mind is very powerful force. It has control of the body, its actions, and its reasoning. What affects you mentally affects you physically. If you think that you can't survive, then you won't try to survive. A commitment or goal to live, refusal to give up, and positive mental attitude greatly increase chances of survival. So next is a positive attitude has a very strong influence on the mentality and motivation necessary for setting a goal to live. Set goals, give motivations, and attitude necessary to survive pressures. When placed in an unexpected survival situation, you will be forced to rely upon your own resources, improvising needs, and solving problems for yourself. If you want to survive, then you must ultimately decide to take care of yourself and to not count on others to help you. You must continually strive towards a goal of survival. Picture your goal in your mind and visualize yourself reaching it. A person with stubborn, strong willpower can conquer many obstacles. Never give up your goal, because without any will to live, those lost in the wilderness will likely despair and die. So next is, while in your survival situation, you will be confronted with many problems that you will need to overcome. Your brain will be your best asset. It could be your most dangerous enemy. So you will have to defeat negative thoughts and imaginations, and also control and master your fears. You will need to shift mental processes and adopt that positive and optimistic can-do attitude. You will need to be creative and use your ability to improvise to adapt to the situation. Work with nature instead of against it. You will have the crucial task of solving the problems of staying alive. Your problem solving must be based on recognizing threats to your life, knowing their priority of influence, knowing their severity of threat to your life, and taking actions that will keep you alive. It is important to consider your safety at all times. If you sum up and analyze what you need to combat, it will be easier to fight known enemies than if you were fighting something unknown. Loneliness, fatigue, pain, colder heat, hunger, thirst, and fear are your major enemies in the emergency survival situation. So next is here. To keep your body alive, you must react to your body's problem indicators and defend yourself against the major enemies of survival. Always remember to keep your positive mental attitude. So don't add any extra burden to yourself by falling into a destructive mental state like feeling self-pity or hopelessness. Remember the important aspects of your life and don't let the image fade. Think of being lost as an opportunity to explore new area. With a proper attitude, your experience could be interesting. Enjoy the challenge. You might as well enjoy the outdoors while you're there and grow stronger as an individual as a product of your survival experience. Your positive mental attitude will help you combat your survival enemies. Most people have more than likely experienced loneliness, fatigue, pain, colder heat, hunger, thirst, and fear before, but have not had to come but have not had to combat them at all once, and to the extent that they have been a threat to their lives. Any one or a combination of them can diminish your self-confidence or reduce your desire to struggle for life. All of these feelings are perfectly normal but are more severe and dangerous in wilderness survival situations. By learning to identify them, you will be able to control those instead of letting them control you. So next is loneliness. So loneliness is a survival enemy that can hit you without warning. It will strike you when you realize you are the only one, or you are the only person around you who can depend on while in your situation. So nowadays, modern society barely gives us a chance to test our ability to adapt to silence, loss of support, and separation from others. Don't let the loneliness not your positive attitude. Fight it by keeping busy, by singing, wrestling, daydreaming, gathering food, or doing anything else that will take your mind off the fact that you are alone. Also, while in your survival situation, boredom or lack of interest might strike you. It must be cured to maintain a healthy survival attitude. Once again, keep busy to keep your mind occupied. So next is fatigue. So make sure to avoid fatigue. Fatigue is the overuse of the muscles in the mind and is a serious threat. It can cause you to lower defenses and become less aware and alert of danger. It causes inattention, carelessness, and loss of judgment and reasoning. Take time to refresh and rest your brain and body. Conserve your energy. Rest, sleep, and calmness are essential. Pain is nature's signal that something is wrong. So when in moments of excitement, you may not feel any pain. Don't let it get the best of you. It weakens your desire to go on. So next is cold and heat. So cold and heat are other enemies of survival. Exposure to the elements can be very dangerous. Get sheltered as best as you can. If cold, then try and find shelter and build a fire. If in really hot weather, get out of the sun. In the cold, you might find it easier to sleep in the daytime and stay awake at night by a warm fire. In very hot weather, you might also want to seek shelter and or sleep in the daytime. So next is hunger and thirst. So these are enemies that can really depress your positive mental attitude. Try and find some water. Food can wait. A person can survive for weeks without food. Try and conserve your body's energy reserves. You may be better off resting than wandering around aimlessly looking for food. Even if you find food, you may have depleted more energy than the food can supply you with. If you can acquire food easily, then go for it. A man with full belly can withstand more survival pressures than a man with an empty belly. Lack of nutrition could make you more susceptible to depression. Remember, you have to remember your positive frame of mind and keep your goal to live fresh in your mind. So next is fear. So fear is a big enemy to guard against. Fear is a complete normal reaction for anyone faced with an out of ordinary situation that threatens his important needs. People fear a lot of things. People have fear of death, getting lost, animal sufferings, ridicule, and all other own weaknesses. So the best thing most feared by people going into the wilderness is getting lost. So there's no way to tell how someone will react to fear. Fear usually depends entirely of the individual rather than on the situation at hand. Fear could lead a person to panic or stimulate a greater effort to survive. Fear negatively influences a man's behavior and reduces his chances for survival success. So the worst feelings that magnify fear are hopelessness and helplessness. Don't let the idea of a complete disaster cross your mind. There is no benefit in trying to avoid fear by denying the existence of a dangerous survival situation. You need to accept that fear is a natural reaction to a hazardous situation and try to make the best of your predicament. Do your very best to control your fears. Be realistic. Don't let your imagination make mountains out of molehills. Excuse me. Expect fear and learn to recognize it. Live with fear and understand how it can alter your effectiveness in survival situations. Don't be ashamed of any fears you may have. Control fear. Don't let it control you. Fears can be lessened by keeping the body busy and free from thirst, hunger, pain, discomfort, and any other enemies for survival. Learning basic outdoor and first aid skills may help you prevent or ease fears by increasing your confidence in yourself. If fear creeps up on you, make sure you think of positive things. Maintain your positive mental attitude. So next is panic. A more dangerous enemy than fear is panic. Panic is an uncontrolled urge to run or hurry from the situation. Panic is triggered by the mind and imagination under stress. It results from fear of the unknown, lack of confidence, not knowing what to do next, and a vivid imagination. Fear can also build up a panic and cause a person to make bad situation worse. In a panic, a person's rational thinking disappears and can produce a situation that results in tragedy. A panic state could lead to exhaustion, injury, or death. A positive mental attitude is still the best remedy. To combat fear and panic, keep your cool, relax, and see the brighter side of things and stay in control. Keep up your positive self-talk and remember your goal for survival. So here next we have the values for survival. So first is optimism. If you're actively working to recognize the positive aspects of your life, you'll naturally start to see the silver lining in challenging situations. Health benefits of positive thinking and optimism include reduced stress, better psychological and physical well-being, and better coping skills during stressful times. Next is adaptability. It is the ability to change or be changed to fit changes circumstances. It is used to describe people who are flexible, don't lose their cool when plans change quickly, and they are always willing to learn new ways to do things. Being adaptive helps you sail along in today's ever-changing world. So next is flexibility. It is the capacity to be bent without breaking. It is more a willingness to meet others halfway procedurally. Someone demonstrating adaptability in the workplace is flexible and has the ability to respond effectively to their working conditions, even if things don't go as planned. They usually work well on their own and with team members. Next is hard work. Hard work is one of the most important things in life as it helps us to be more confident. If you will work hard, then you will be able to achieve all your goals and fulfill all your dreams. Working hard with full determination always pushes us one step ahead in life and help us surpass our limitations. Next is deep faith in God. So faith isn't just a notion that some people hold on to in tough times. Faith is an important element to all human life on earth, especially us Filipinos. Faith is what helps us get us through, illuminating the pathway in times of darkness, helping to give us strength in times of weakness. And without faith, we are nothing. People with a strong sense of faith will have the higher optimism, external control, and self-esteem. So next topic we have is the basic survival skills. So the first survival skills we have here is the attitude. So more than any other skill, your attitude determines how successful you are in a survival situation. This first of the basic survival skills must even determine whether you live or die. So we have to consider the rule of threes. A human can survive for 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without a regulated body temperature, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. So the rule of threes provides a guide of how to prioritize basic survival skills. First, shelter, then water, and lastly is food. Surviving a difficult wilderness situation also requires meeting many challenges while avoiding panic. When faced with potential survival situation, remember to use SPEAR. SPEAR as in SPEAR, which means S for stop, P for plan, E for execute, A for assess, and R for evaluate. So by systematically assessing, planning, and executing your basic survival skills, you will help keep your mind and body actively engaged in addressing your situation. This will greatly aid in avoiding panic and other negative states of mind. By upholding an upright attitude, your chances of survival are greatly improved. So next we have here is the skill shelter. Shelter. So many people who are forced into survival situation often get into serious trouble because of direct exposure of to the elements. So most people in survival situations die of hypothermia, which can be easily avoided with basic survival skills. So being able to build this shelter is of paramount importance in a survival situation. So it is extremely important to prevent or minimize heat loss, or if in a desert environment, to minimize water loss. So here are some things that we have to think about when planning to build a shelter. So first, we have to consider the location, which is if it is away from hazards or near materials. Then the insulation, if it's from ground, rain, wind, or air. Then the heat source, the body heat or fire heated. And then the last one is the personal or group shelter. So there are many types of shelters to consider, including natural shelters such as caves, hollow stumps and logs, as well as building shelters such as debris. So of the of the shelters that we may have think. So debris hut is often the most practical of to construct in the almost any environment. So next we have is the water. So since the human body is composed of 78% water, it should be no surprise that water is higher on the list than fire and or food. So ideally, a person should drink about a gallon of water per day. Many lost persons perish due to dehydration and or debilitating effects of waterborne pathogens from unthreatened water. In addition to waterborne pathogens, minerals and metals can be found in water downstreams from industrial and agricultural operations. So the best sources for clean drinking water in wilderness settings are springs, headwater streams, and collecting morning dew. So those that are in the leaves. So popular modern methods of purifying treating water include filtering pumps and chemical treatments such as iodine. This can be efficient and effective solutions if you have access to these items in a survival situation. And a herbal treatment is another method in which water may be purified from viruses and bacteria. Grapefruit seed extract is sold as a water purifier, although there is some debate in whether or not it is 100% effective. The most widely used and proven method for safety purifying water is boiling. So bringing water to a boil and allowing it to continue to boil for 2 to 3 minutes will keep bacteria and viruses kill. It will kill the bacteria and viruses. So by maintaining a level attitude, creating a shelter, and obtaining clean water, a person can successfully survive for many weeks. So next skill we have is fire. So even though it is not directly a survival need, fire is one of the most useful basic survival skills. It can help warm your body or your shelter, dry your clothes, boil your water, and cook your food. Also, fire can provide psychological support in a survival situation, creating a sense of security and safety. So next we have is food. So You might be surprised to see food so low on the basic survival skills priorities list, though we can survive for much longer without it as compared with shelter and water. Remember the rule of threes. Humans can survive without food for roughly 3 weeks. So be sure that you properly identify any plant you plan on consuming. Many plants can be difficult to identify, and some edible plants have poisonous look-alike. If you cannot identify the plant, do not eat it. So the last skill we have here is the naturalist skills. So the more you know about nature, the better you will be able to survive in the outdoors. To be great at wilderness survival, beyond the basic survival skills, requires an in-depth understanding of a variety of nature skills. For example, wildlife tracking skills allow one of effective locate wild game for food, and knowledge of herbal medicine allows us one to heal illnesses with wild plants, especially for the situation where you may choose to purposely practice survival living for a lengthened period of time. Naturalist knowledge is absolutely invaluable. So all of our hunter-gatherer ancestors had classification systems to living organisms, knew their names, understood their uses, and recognized how they interrelated to each other, and were aware of exactly how to utilize those resources in the sustainable fashion. So this knowledge was at the foundation of their ability to thrive within the natural environment. So now that with these six basic survival skills, you are well on your way to thriving the outdoors. So here is the conclusion. So keeping a positive outlook is for certain the most important aspect of survival. While in a survival situation, you will practice self-reliance. You will only be able to depend on yourself and your abilities. You will have to overcome many challenges that you are not accustomed to. So modern society is conditioned to instant relief from discomfort such as darkness, hunger, pain, thirst, boredom, cold, and heat. Adapt yourself and um, tolerate it. It's only temporary. When you first realize that you're in a survival situation, stop and regain your composure. Control your fears. Recognize dangers to your life. Relax and think. Don't make any hasty judgments. Observe the resources around you. Analyze your situation and plan a course of action only after considering all of the aspects of your predicament. Be sure to keep cool and collected. It is important that to make the right decision at all times. Set your goals of survival and always keep it fresh in your mind. And never give up. Prepare the worst but hope for the best. So I think that's all for my report, and thank you.